Hi everyone, welcome to Get Rebel Life TV. This is where we promote African belief system. If you are new here, kindly click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe free of charge so that you don't miss anything on this channel. And if you want to support us, you can be part of our members by making use of the join button down below. Being a member is a way of showing your support to me, and I pray may Olodumare continue to support you all. I shall. So I greet you all from wherever you are watching me from. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone, wherever you are watching me from. Currently now in Nigeria, our time is 10:45 p.m. So I say hello to everyone from wherever you are watching me from. Now, I'm sorry that for a couple of days or weeks now, I've not been able to come out live to share our regular Ifa wisdom with you guys. As you know that this is for academic purpose, this is for learning purpose, right? So we like to share the wisdom of Ifa with you all so that you guys can have a very easy assessment, and to our Ifa wisdom, our Ifa messages, right? So without wasting too much of our time, I believe for those of you who are not here, you are going to come back to watch this video. This is Get a Better Life TV. If you are new here, kindly click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe free of charge so that you don't miss anything on this channel. So tonight in Nigeria, our topic is let the Holy Odu Ifa speak, and we have our regular Ifa chapters. So today we are on Ogbe Irosun, Ogbe Irosun, Ogbe on the right, Irosun on the left. That is exactly what we are going to be looking at in this video. So don't forget that this is just for learning purpose. For those of you who really want a consultation, you can get a consultation from a babalawo of your choice, or you can connect with us. We are going to connect you with a reputable babalawo to divine for you. But for the purpose of learning, we are going to be looking at this Odu Ifa Ogbe Irosun. So let's talk about what this Odu Ifa says. So once again, I welcome you all back to Get a Better Life TV. This is where we promote our ancestral parts, our belief system as Africans, right? So I'm very thrilled to be here with you today once again to share some of the wisdom from the Odu Ifa among the 256 Odu Ifa that we have. So in this video specifically, we are going to be looking at Ogbe Irosun verses. So I have two verses for you to share with you, among the documented Ifa verses that we have, right? So Ogbe Irosun meaning Ogbe Irosun. So we can call it Ogbe Irosun. So it is the combination of Ogbe and Irosun. Ogbe on the right, Irosun on the left. So now I have two verses, as I said. I have two verses to narrate to you in this video, and the teaching of the first verse, is going to reveal the benefit of giving your child a good name and the importance of sacrifice. So let's dive straight into it. Let's dive straight into it. So let's start with the first verse. The first verse talks about the olden days. In the olden days, we have what is called Iku. Iku means death. So in the olden days, death was a very powerful force, and Iku happens to be an Orisha as well. So Orisha Iku, so he's in charge of death, right? So whenever Iku, wanted to take someone's life, he will move rapidly, when someone is about to die. So it takes a very tickle of a eye before Iku takes that person's life. So it takes a very quick action for Iku to take someone's life. So whenever Iku wanted to take someone's life, he will move rapidly and do the deed and do his job. So, and he would then return to heaven without looking back. So Iku takes life and goes straight to heaven. Now, on a day, on a good day, one day, while on his way, he overheard Olofin So when you hear Olofin means king. That's what we call Olofin. Olofin, who was a very powerful figure. So the Olofin was a very powerful figure. This Odu Ifa didn't mention the name of the Olofin, but when you hear of Olofin, Olofin is a king, and who was a very powerful force, proclaiming that his son. So Olofin gave his son Ko Iku Le Pa. That was the name he gave his son. So he had a son whose name is Iku Le Pa. That is, death could not be killed by him, by this son. That is the name, the meaning of Iku Le Pa. So he proclaiming that his son Iku Le Pa could not be killed by death. He proclaimed that his son cannot be killed by death, and that's the name he gave his son. That is, a son that cannot be killed by Iku, which is the meaning of Iku Le Pa, right? So this caught the attention of Iku. So when Iku overheard Olofin's son's name, so he wondered if it was true, if it was true that someone could not be killed or could not be reached by him. He was wondering that who among humans cannot be killed by him. So he wondered if it was actually true that someone could be beyond his reach, could be beyond his power to kill, to take someone's life. So Iku decided and planned to kill Iku Olepa. The name of the boy, of the son, is Iku Olepa. That is someone that cannot be killed by death. So, fortunately, a friend of Olofin heard this. He heard Iku's plan to take Iku Olepa's life, right? Because he overheard that the son cannot be killed by death, right? And the friend of Olofin quickly informed Olofin that Iku is about to kill Iku Olepa. Don't forget the meaning of Iku Olepa that I said. Iku Olepa, that is, death cannot kill him. Someone that cannot be killed by death. So that's the name of the son. Now, Olofin, consulted his Babalawo because his friend told him that Iku is about to kill his son. So he, however, rushed to his Babalawo, and the Babalawo consulted for him, and he was advised to make sacrifice. As usual, as you know that Ifa consultation, when you hear the message of Ifa, of course, it follows, it goes alongside with sacrifice, right? So, he was told to offer sacrifice with palm oil and kola nuts, egots, and some cowries, right? Cowries happens to be the means of exchange during the time of our ancestors, right? So when death passed by, Olofin had done the sacrifice. So when death was passing by and on his way back, he now attempted, he saw the food that was used for sacrifice, on his way to go and kill Iku Olepa. So he now saw the sacrifice that was prepared. So he was tempted by the food, left, where the sacrifice was placed. So he saw the food, and he allowed himself to enjoy the pleasure of the sacrifice. So he saw the food, and there he decided to eat the sacrifice. So then Eshu, who happens to be an Orisha of a trickster, or she is known as a trickster Orisha, thereby reminded Iku that he couldn't kill someone after eating their food. If you have eaten someone's food, then it will be difficult for you to kill that person, right? So you don't kill somebody you've eaten his or her food. So that was what you told him, that you've eaten the food prepared by Iku Olepa's father. Then that means you can no longer kill his son. So this clever twist ensured that Iku Olepa lived. He lived long and returned empty-handed. Because the sacrifice that was made, Iku ate the sacrifice. Then Eshu now reminded him that he could no longer kill someone he had eaten his food. Right now, what can we learn from this story? So first and foremost, this story teaches us, or this Ifa teaches us that the power of names. It teaches us the power of names. That is, a child, will often embody the meaning of their name. So for those of you who give your child names without knowing the meaning of the name, or without thinking of the reflection of the name you are giving your child. So this Ifa teaches us to be giving our child a good name, such as Iku Olepa, that is someone that cannot be killed, right? So if Iku cannot kill someone, that means a person will not die young, right? So when naming a child or adopting a nickname, nickname is another way of answering a name, right? So you must think carefully before you give yourself a nickname, either a nickname, or your real name. So you have to be very careful of that name, of the name you are giving yourself or your child. So names carries energy, names. This Ifa is talking about the power of names, right? So name carry energy and influence, and influence our destinies. So the name you bear has a lot to do with your destiny. So if you name a child with a positive connotation, they are more likely to attract goodness into their lives. So give your child a good name. That's exactly what this Ifa is advising. Then conversely, a negative name can lead to unfortunate events. So when you give a negative name to your child, or you give a negative nickname to yourself, so it can have a negative or unfortunate, it can lead to an unfortunate event in your life, and it can lead to a negative force, right? So let's strive to make sure that people think positively about us, and may we all be blessed with good names. So let's give ourselves good names or nickname, or if you are giving your child a name, make sure that the name is a good reflection, right? So now to the client, whoever this Odu Ifa appears to, Ifa says that the client should make a sacrifice for his or her son to avoid death. And also, Ifa says that the person whom this Odu Ifa appears to should look for good names to give their children, and they should warn their children not to give themselves bad nicknames. Okay, now let's move to the second verse of this Ifa chapter without wasting so much of our time. So it says that this Ifa still continues with this theme of sacrifice and responsibility. So the verse 2 also talks about sacrifice and responsibilities, right? So this verse tells the story of four kings. So Alara, Ajero, Owaro Gwaga, and the fourth one, Olulin Pejiga. So these are the four kings that this Odu Ifa, the verse 2 of this Odu Ifa, talks about, right? So despite their high status, these kings, they were Ajero, Awaro Gwaga, Alara, and Olupenpega. They were of high status, in the olden days. So, and they were warned to sacrifice their precious garments, right? Or garments to avoid death. So they were told to offer their garments, their clothes, in order to avoid death. So each of them had beautiful and ceremonial clothes that they cherished immensely. And these are the clothes they were told to offer as sacrifice. So, however, when they were advised to offer their clothes as sacrifice, because of their pride and their disbelief, led to the refusal. They didn't offer their sacrifice. So Alara ignored the warning, and soon he met his death. His demise. He died. Then the same fate befall Ajero and Owaro Gwaga. So three among them did not offer the sacrifice with their beautiful garments, right? So it was only Olupejiga whom, upon receiving the same warning, that he should offer his garment for sacrifice, decide to heed, the advice of the priest of the Babalawo that told them to offer their garment for sacrifice. So Olupejiga offered the sacrifice, he made the sacrifice, and as a result, he was saved from sudden death. So now the lesson from this Odu Ifa is that the key takeaway here is that nothing is too precious to sacrifice for the sake of your life, right? So if you are asked to sacrifice something, try as much as possible to get it for the sake of your life. So if this Odu Ifa, Ogbe Irosun, appears to you, so this Ifa is telling you that you should offer something that is very precious to you, to use as a sacrifice for the sake of your life. Then this Ifa teaches us that we must not let our attachment blind us to what is truly important, because you love something too much, you love it so hard, and you allow it to blindfold you to what is more important, which is your life, right? So also this Ifa talks about when making sacrifices, especially as priests, we should respect the item and not treat them lightly, right? So, and in conclusion, this Odu Ifa Ogberosun, in summary, teaches us invaluable lessons about the significance of names. Don't forget, this Ifa highly talks about significance of giving ourselves good names, or your son or your daughter good names, and the necessity of sacrifice. This Ifa talks about the necessity of sacrifice, such as the sacrifice that I was advised to offer, that the kings were advised to offer their garments as sacrifice. So this Ifa talks about the necessity of sacrifice and the power of belief. For those of you who do not believe, if you do not believe, you don't have any belief in nature or in the power of what we practice, right? So this Ifa talks about the power of belief, right? And for those of you who feel a connection of this teaching, consider making appropriate sacrifice in your life, right? Always make a sacrifice. And when this Odu Ifa appears to you, it is advised to take it and do what you're asked to do. So remember, the act of giving, whenever it's your time, resources, or something dear to you, can lead to greater blessings. So maybe something you feel that you love so much, don't be, you can give it out, and don't feel that this thing is very precious to you, don't want to give it out. So this Ifa is telling you to always learn to give a valuable thing that you have. Just learn to give it out, right? So thank you for joining. This is another episode of Get a Better Life TV. Let's only Odu Ifa speak. So we have a compilation, we have a material. Then you all know that we sell books, we sell Ifa books. If you are interested, you can contact me via my WhatsApp. Go to the about section of this channel. You are going to find our WhatsApp number to contact directly. We are going to respond to your needs, right? And if you have any question, feel free to make use of the comment section to share your question. And if you want to speak with me personally, you can make use of the WhatsApp number. Thank you for joining. Tomorrow, hopefully, we are going to share with you another Odu Ifa story, for you guys to enjoy. This is Get a Better Life TV. I greet you all wherever you're watching me from. Thank you for watching, Mustafa Olayinka. Thank you for watching. Can we ask question about Ifa? Yeah, Mustafa Olayinka. Yes, you can ask question. Ask your question. If you have a question, you can put in the comment section here. We are going to respond to it, either here or with a video. We are going to respond. Yanifa Nobu Dudlai. Thank you for watching. Aboro Aboye Boshishe Ubuato. Thank you very much. This is actually my Odu. Oh wow, thank you. Go Fitness Hub is your Odu. All right. Aboro Aboye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to support us. Make use of the join button down below to be a member. Being a member is a way of showing your support to me. And you can make use of the super thanks to show your support as well. This is Get a Better Life TV. So tomorrow we are going to hopefully, let me say hopefully, because of my tight schedule. So let me say hopefully tomorrow we are going to come up with another topic for you. This is Get a Better Life TV. If you have any question, feel free to make use of the comment section. The Odu Ifa we treated today is Ogberosun. So, and if you found this message enlightening, please like this video, share with your friends and family. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe for more. Let's continue to grow together in wisdom and understanding. Okay, so until next time, I say Aboru Aboy Aboishe to everyone. Thank you and get a better life. Bye for now.